Hi, this is the podcast and social hours, and I'm here with
Princess Romero,
13 Piao,
Missa,
Eric.
and Max.
Yay!
And so, what's new? How did you guys have? You guys have a lovely break? Did you guys have a little with your vacation time?
yeah.
Yeah, I had a fantastic time. Me being the princess that I am, I, got all kinds of the royal treatment over break. I went to the spa. My husband surprised me with a new ring. So
It's a tiara!
It was pretty exciting. And
What's on your ring?
it's an opal. It's my birthstone.
That's
And
my
it
mom's
was-
first.
It was a really great gift. Definitely well deserved. My kids had such a fantastic time over Christmas break. It was so nice to just get to spend some time with them, and I didn't do too much with clients over Christmas break, but we're gonna have a Christmas party soon, make up for it, and everything will be great. What about you?
I got to see some family I haven't seen in a while. We went to Michigan 3 times over the Christmas break. I believe it was 3 times.
that's a good long ride.
I had to go to my dad's Christmas party, which was the second weekend in December. Then I had my mom's side of the family Christmas gathering the third weekend in December. And then we just got back last Sunday from being in Michigan for my sisters and brothers' Christmas gathering.
You're back just in time for the storm. A friend of mine got stuck in Kentucky last night from the storms.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Got
Like,
lots of
was he
nice
driving or
gifts.
was
Yeah, well, with his parents, yeah.
Oh.
On the interstate, said trucks are flipped over.
Oh God,
So they decided to pull over, be
that's
safe.
scary.
So what about you, Eric? What do you do?
Not much. I've been standing inside warm and carrying wood and stuff to put wood on the rack.
You have a fireplace?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who splits the wood for you?
What?
Who cuts your wood?
They bring the wood.
Oh.
They'll bring the wood to the house.
See, that's what I did. I cut a lot of wood. I burn wood. But I don't split mine. I cut it and stack it. That way, every week or so, I can just go out and chop some wood. Keep busy that way.
Yeah.
Keeps me busy.
You look like you chop wood.
I like chopping wood. That's about the only thing I do well. My chop level is like 95. My wood chopping level.
I forgot. The baby we've been watching, we have full custody now.
A baby?
Yeah.
Crystal.
Her name's Crystal.
Who's baby?
She's an African baby.
I got pictures. Just a
She's the
second.
most beautiful thing. She's the same age as my youngest.
You adopted a baby. Huh?
My mom
Yeah.
did. Mom and step.
Is your youngest like 2 or what?
She's
Almost
almost 2.
2.
Yeah.
That's
So
her.
Pity.
Oh, that's adorable.
What's her name?
Crystal.
Crystal.
That was my
Missy.
mom's name.
Oh,
yeah,
it's beautiful.
she's beautiful. We love her. It was such a long, hard battle, but we got her through, and now she's gonna have the growth and love and support of Mrs. Family. And
So, does she live with you, or did you?
Yes.
Okay.
She lives with us. We started babysitting her at 3 months old, and
circumstances.
circumstances came. Her mom left her with us in October, and she was like 9 months old, and
Never
said
came
she'd be
back.
back within 2 to 3 weeks. And she called 3 days later saying she couldn't let this baby ruin her life.
Oh my. Some people's needs are just so big they can't see needs of other people's.
Yeah, but I think it was also very brave for the mom to acknowledge that she couldn't provide adequate care to the baby, and instead of, the baby ending up in maybe worse
And
hands,
she knew the baby's in
ended
a
up,
good place.
through God's blessing, ended up with her family. So I think that's a nice
great.
positive that came out of it. What about you, Matt?
I haven't been up to too much. I mean, I've been staying indoors to myself. I've been working on a lot of electronic stuff, like video stuff. I've been making see, what happened was when this first all started, when COVID happened, I was indoors. And then do you remember Norma?
Mm-hmm.
She recommended me to do virtual services, so that's what I was doing with Michelle, and then we do that, and then that got canceled. But I was really getting my see, I have 2 different YouTube channels. I have the one channel for this, and then I have a channel for my personal channel. And then and I was but then I got a new computer which I could do more things with it, so I got a more better editing software and stuff with that. So I've been basically just been trying to, I figured it out, and I've been making videos, and I started out actually trying to do some digital art, and not been doing a whole lot outside. I have some art projects that I'm going to do this like spring, like with a bowling ball. I'm going to turn a bowling ball into a polar bear. Norma wanted one, so I thought, well, I'll make her a polar bear.
Out of one bowling ball?
Yeah. Yeah, I figure out you can
Just build around it.
Yeah, just build around it. Yeah, they made them. They did that at SNH. They would, like, there was a ladybug or
I was there for that.
a bee, and but you just paint the whole thing white, put the face on it, and I thought about cutting some. It's like the bottom, like some wood, make a base, cut some wood, and that would be feet. And then put that on the top, maybe use cement glue or something. And then, but no, I was doing movie nights like, Scott Skinner was doing. But not a lot of people showed up for that. I mean, not a lot of people wanting anything to do with that on Zoom.
I just kept forgetting about them.
Me too. I tried. I watched one, and it was a little hard because it's 40-minute increments.
Yeah, that's with
And then,
Scott.
and a lot of times you can't he turns the comments off. That makes it a little harder as well.
Yeah, me, I have an account, so I can leave it on. I can leave it on the whole time, and I wouldn't turn off I wouldn't turn off that. I mean, I wouldn't be able to comment with you. I wouldn't turn off your picture. Mm-hmm. I mean, like if we were watching something like where there was a commercial or something.
Well, that's what I was thinking. At least during the commercials, we could talk, chat,
Have
interact.
discussion
Interact.
about the film or
Yeah.
what our thoughts
And
are.
I've interviewed some people and put them on my channel. I've got up to 43 people on my one channel. It's called Reviewer in a Bathrobe. I got the idea from my grandma. And
Grandma?
this one's the podcast and social hour. And it's only got 8. But in order to become a partner with YouTube, you have to have at least 1,000. I don't know if any of you guys ever have if you guys have an account or something, or if you even want to just look them up and
Do that today.
okay.
I like the interesting ones your sister sends Matt sends his sister cookies or candies.
Yeah, I give them like some like me and my sister have sent each other back and forth care packages.
Interesting videos.
Yeah, I have a sister. I have a brother too, but I haven't seen my brother really since he was since he was little.
Yeah.
Since he was little, because of something that happened. No, I saw my sister on Messenger like a couple of days ago. We talked together. We were talking about one thing. I would like to introduce some new things to people, like they may have never thought about watching or listening to. You know what I mean? Like I said, most people just watch country music, sports, and stuff like that. But like I would like to introduce them to like anime or like this some other type of music. Or,
Some more obscure things? You
no,
Let's
people-
talk about anime. Here we go.
huh?
I am a huge anime fan.
I thought that was Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah. Right now we're watching Bleach. And
I haven't finished all Bleach.
I got to like the second part, like Hueco Mundo, and they're like getting ready to deal with Captain Aizen and
Oh.
all of the Espada and everything. So it's getting really intense. And I finished. My husband and I, we spent 6 years doing Naruto.
I haven't. I
6
wouldn't-
years.
I've tried.
You have?
I've tried. I can't do it.
Why?
I don't know if it moves too fast for me or when the facial expressions, you know how the facial expressions, you know,
Yeah.
those, I don't know what, they kind of throw me off.
I thought you were going to talk about the dialogue because sometimes they don't talk that much.
Really?
Do you find that? I mean,
There's a lot of filler, so you kind of have to, if you're just interested in the storylines for things, you're gonna have to Google how to get like what episodes are filler and things like that if you just want the main storyline. But a lot of the filler goes hand in hand with the arc stories, which is like the main stories, and like when they're talking. Especially if you watch it dubbed versus I watch it dubbed.
that's what I do too. I can't stand.
I can't do subbed.
I can't stand subbed because nothing against the. I don't know if it's Japanese or what language it's in, but doesn't it sound like they're always angry?
I'm pretty sure it's
Yes,
Japanese.
they're always angry, and
They're always angry?
yes.
No, that's what it sounds like.
Oh.
It either sounds like in the women, it always sounds like they're crying.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
It's very dramatic. They have to play it out, you know, for the animation effect. And
I mean-
the voice actors are just incredible.
yeah, I mean, I've gotten to a point to where, because I'm like, okay, is this in English? I can tell by just the brief of the voice actor whether or not if it's going to be in English or like because I can tell. Nope, that's in Japanese.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't bother me. I like those old movies, those old Japanese samurai movies. You ever watch those black and white ones?
I have
Some of them are just intriguing. The
like
acting,
the
and
seven
Seven Samurai,
Yep.
the Bridge of Tokori, things, Mufuni. I forget his name, but he was an excellent actor. And some of those old movies are intriguing to me. Whether I know there's subtitles, but I always had an affinity.
They remade that one. I think some. I think they remade
The Bridge of Tokori or
Seven Samurai. Did you ever watch that one with? What was it called? The Last Samurai with.
oh my gosh, I hated it.
You did?
With Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The movie, the cinematography was beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. But I really hate to say this, that
It's like looking at a portrait, but
it just
but-
bothered me that out of all the samurais in the world, the Last Samurai, please forgive me for saying this, but the Last Samurai was a white guy.
Yeah.
I just think they could have used somebody
Yeah.
a little different. You know, it kind of like the Tarzan. You know, all these people in the jungle,
Yeah.
but only one guy.
They
is
they
strong.
didn't know how to defend themselves.
Yes, yes.
Or maybe what they were getting at was like he told them how to go, because if I remember in that movie, the Japanese empire was converting to automatic, well, not automatic weapons, but because they were still using muskets and stuff. And he was, I think it was like he can tell them how to dodge them. I never did understand why people would line up in a row. I mean, I understand a little bit more now because they had to reload the weapon. That's why mostly they did that. Because I don't think back in more medieval times, I don't think when they went into battle they did that because they fought with.
Yeah, it looks so futile. To throw people.
Yeah, I mean, during the Revolutionary War, they didn't do that. I mean, they did what that's where I first heard about guerrilla tactics. Like they would sneak up on somebody. They were outmanned, so they had to You got any input on this? Eric.
I liked The Last Samurai.
You did?
Yeah.
You did like it. Like I said, the suit he wore, the countryside was beautiful.
Yes.
And I have to admit, the story was a great story.
Yes.
But
Yeah, it was. It was a great story.
Tom Cruise, though, he's the kind of actor, he's just not real fluid like somebody
No.
else could be. You know what I mean? That's one thing that bothered me, too.
No, he's not.
He's not a chop 'em up, really dynamic actor
No.
as far as moving is. But the beautiful cinematography.
Which, are you looking for something?
Yeah, we were looking for your
The
podcast thing.
It's called the podcast.
the other one you said too.
Oh, reviewer in a bathroom.
Yeah.
We were
I
looking for
like
both
that.
of those.
I like that.
It should be a guy It should be like a cartoon guy sitting in a chair.
Just share it to me.
Okay. I'll find it again.
Yeah. Okay, we got it.
Okay. No, but I really loved anime. I've loved anime ever since
Okay, I sent it to
probably
Messenger.
I first watched. Did you ever watch Toonami as a kid?
No, I didn't. I'm still a little young for that. I'm
Oh,
a baby princess. I know what it is.
well, they brought it back,
Yeah. I am just not.
but I can't watch it because I don't have cable.
Yeah.
I watch a lot. I have a Funimation account.
Oh yeah.
So I watched. There is this one anime that I watched months ago that it reminds me of Rocky. It really does.
The boxer, Rocky?
Yes, like
All the Rocky movies.
yes, and it was so good, so good. I'm like, oh, is this just going to be another standard anime series? But then it's called. I don't know if it's called Gearless Joe or Megaloboxing, but what it is it's like these guys they box, but they box with these sort of enhancements, like on their arms, like it's like mechanic, like it gives them like an extra bit of power, like a mechanical exoskeleton, and. This guy, his trainer, I guess, is he keeps promising him, because he's fighting down in the like in the slums, and he keeps promising him a fight at the big times, you know, but he's keep putting him in these dive fights, and he knows he could go toe to toe with some of these other guys, and. So, he's like, no, forget this. I'm gonna take this guy out. And so what that does is he owes this shark guy, this guy, he owes him money, and he says, I bet you my other eye that this guy will win this championship. So, and all I need for him is a like where you're a citizenship ID, because there's like this other part of the show where there's people who are citizens and there are other people who aren't of the city, and then he gets into the city, and so what he does, he fights in the ring with no gear. He's fighting up against these guys who are probably strong already, but now they're augmentedly strong. And he wins every fight he battles against. And it's just great. It reminds me a lot of the Rocky movies.
Now, this is anime.
Yes, this is anime. You would like this. The dialogue is beautiful. It's slow. It's not like what you would see in like karate action movies. It's boxing. I wouldn't mind watching it with you guys. I mean, I could do it on a movie night or whatever you guys want to do.
You could do it, I'll do it anytime with you. I'm not your provider. We're doing it as friends.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. But
I
if
mean,
you
I'll tell you
guys,
something to do.
but like if you, like I'm just saying, if you guys ever want, because I wanted to get back into maybe having friends, because that's been one of my big things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I consider him a friend.
We're always looking for new friends, aren't we, Marissa?
Yay.
And I like Matt.
Yeah.
I do too. Matt's a nice guy. Nice
Yeah.
friend.
So
This girl's special. You're lucky.
Oh,
to have her.
don't talk about the princess like that. Come on.
oh, you're a beautiful lady.
That right there.
That's why I do what I do. For all the compliments.
Princess.
I'm a princess, yeah.
We just like it had to be a month ago, right? By now we went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
love
Don't
it.
tell me I have
Yes,
not
it
seen
was
it yet.
good.
I haven't
I
either.
haven't
It was
seen yet.
good, Eric. You should maybe go with us one time if you're allowed.
Yeah.
To go to. I'll take you to the movies. We don't have to be your provider. It was worth seeing together. There's a really exciting thing about it I'm not allowed to talk about.
Don't talk
but
about
for
it.
me, it brought it all together.
Yes.
It did. It brought
Yeah.
it all together.
Don't even.
Don't even say. Yeah, because
Don't mention
so that's
it.
not even out there. How that happened.
No, they know. I don't know if
I don't
you
use
have
movies
you
either.
have you seen.
I've
You've
done the
kept-
whole Marvel journey so far. So
No, have you
Oh.
kept yourself sort of? Have you closed your eyes?
Yes.
to
No, I
on-
don't.
Online.
I don't listen to any of that.
Okay, so you
I
don't.
scroll. If anybody says anything to me about any new movie that comes out, I just not unfollow them,
Okay.
but I take a break from them so that I don't see
Okay,
their
well,
posts
okay.
for a while.
Could I tell you about the after credit scene?
No, nothing.
It doesn't have to do with.
It does have everything to do because
Oh,
every
remember.
Marvel film ties in together.
Did you know there's going to be a? You do know that they were planning to do a Doctor
Yes.
Doctor
yes.
Strange, another Doctor
Yep,
Strange.
and then it's all connected to the multiverse and everything like that. So until I have the complete story, we're just not going to talk about it. But
Okay.
as long
Okay.
as the movie was
Fair,
amazing,
and look at this. Please come back and talk to him about it. Because
yeah. After I watch it,
you've
oh
got
my
a
gosh, we
keen,
can talk about
keen
this.
eye for it.
We can talk about this forever. I love
Good.
all the Marvel stuff. My
You
husband
should
and I, we just he started me on this journey about 10 years ago. Oh my gosh. And we were watching all the movies and then we were watching them with his mom and it just got into this whole big thing and now it's like our thing. So we just haven't gotten out to see Spider-Man.
Do you know who Miles Morales is?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that the Spider-Man that's in the MCU takes a lot from the Miles Morales story?
I would think so. I don't know the timeline as far as comic books go, like who comes first, but because there's so many.
Peter Parker comes first.
Yeah, but because there's so many different multiverses. I mean, at the same time, the original Peter Parker was, we had Miles Morales in a whole different dimension doing his own thing. So it's really hard to kind of collaborate.
Was Miles Morales the one where everybody was a Spider-Man?
Yes, there were multiple different Spider-Mans that came in throughout the film.
Are you talking about the movie or
Yeah.
the comic book?
Movie.
The movie.
Okay, there was a movie called with Miles Morales. It was called Spider-Man: Enter the Multiverse, and they're actually making a
Okay.
another.
I just kind of want to see if I was.
They're making a follow-up to that.
Okay.
Yes, and do you know who Gwen Stacy is? Gwen Stacy was Peter. I don't know if he was Peter Parker's first girlfriend, but he was one of Peter Parker's girlfriend, and she died in one reality. But in another reality, she was bit by a spider and became Spider Woman, or Gwen Spider, as some people like to say.
Yeah. So it's just like how all the multiverses are together. So that's why it's very important that you don't spoil anything for me because I'm.
Yeah, I see now.
But some people,
Very
if they
involved.
know the comic books, they can say, "Oh, I know where they're going with this."
Yeah. But I mean, this is going to open a whole nother world for the people like for me, we started out with Iron Man and all this and we're working our way up. But now we have a whole new generation of kids who are going to be able to follow the Eternals and the new multiverse
God.
and everything that's coming up.
God, don't mention the Eternals. I've said I would not go to the. I wouldn't go to the movies to see that. I'll see it when they put it on Disney Plus, but I won't.
Yeah.
Because first of all, that is nothing like what Jack Kirby and do you know who Jack Kirby is?
Yeah.
Everybody? Okay, Jack Kirby was a writer and an illustrator for Marvel for a long time, and then he went over to DC. He was a partner with he's the one who drew Spider-Man. He was the first one to draw Spider-Man. Everybody thinks it was Stan Lee. Stan Lee came up with the idea.
And like the storylines, a
Yeah.
lot of the stories.
Yes, he was the grandiose guy, but it was Jack Kirby doing the artwork.
And there's been lots of debates over the years about what his illustrations, belong to him and what belong to Marvel and what belongs to DC. So there's been
Oh, I
tons of
see.
debate about it, but the guy is so rich regardless. It doesn't matter.
I mean, have you guys heard of Bill Finger? Or Bill? You probably don't know who Bill Finger is. Bill Finger is who they say who actually came up with Batman. Not Bob, not the other guy. I can't remember his name, but they think Bill Finger is the one who was the guy who actually did it. But he got really gypped out of.
Yeah, I mean, creative laws come into play, and then like when Congress started passing all this stuff that took away like creators' content's right to things and everything, and started giving power to companies.
That's what it is right there.
It was taking away what the creator could say they did because it was now under the company name and everything like that. So it was really, it was just an interesting dynamic.
It's kind of
for a
off
long time.
segue, but what you said about power to companies, I believe
I'll be right back.
that's why we have so many people at our borders right now trying to come in, because we gave power to companies in South America to just for like cheap bananas even.
Yes.
Well, weren't we lucky getting her when we come in here? Girl, she's amazing.
Even like they talk.
Awesome. How is everybody?
Good.
How are you?
Good, busy.
Powell, what third day Powell? I can't remember.
Here's Steve. The bath.
The
No, that
what?
was something else. The bathrobe.
The bathrobe.
The bathrobe what? Commentator?
The bathrobe commentator.
What was that one you called yourself earlier?
Reviewer in a bathrobe?
Yeah, that's what on my one channel was what that. But my one channel's called
Okay.
Reviewer in the Bathrobe. But what were you saying?
I was trying to get that word, trying to remember what you said.
Okay.
The bathrobe commentator, or what did you call
No.
yourself?
We were in a bathrobe.
Yeah.
Bathrobe, that's right.
And you were talking about how we've let borders.
Oh yeah, I was saying that the
companies?
reason that, and so it was off segue, but I said the reason I think that there are so many people at our borders wanting to get in is because we've let businesses destabilize other countries.
Yes.
All for cheap bananas. And the other day I was at a grocery store and I saw that pineapples were 69 cents. And it scared me because it made me think, well, what country are we taking advantage of now? Just cheap pineapples where we give companies the edge over people.
Yeah.
That just makes me think of I don't know, like me, I don't know if you know, I think you, Mary, and said you guys like Star Trek too. I'm a big Trekkie myself. I don't like this new stuff they've been putting out for the last decade. But I tell you, back in the day when they were making even the original stuff was okay, but like Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, Voyager and stuff like that.
I'm not sure what's out there now.
Huh?
What's out there now, Star Trek wise?
Well, they started out with the J.J. Abrams movies, which I didn't care for them. I'm like, this isn't Star Trek. I don't care if you say it is an alternate timeline. And then there was before, and then after that, it came Star Trek Discovery. Oh my God, that is such a Mary Sue. That is such a freaking Mary Sue scene.
What is that? A Mary Stew?
Sue.
What is that?
Like someone it's a female person who usually is like, oh, she's perfect and she can't do anything wrong. Like it's like that's not character. I see.
So I see what you mean. It's just everything's just too calm and that. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, and this is like, are they referred to her as Space Jesus?
That's funny.
But I mean, a lot of people just don't like it. And then after that came Star Trek Picard, which I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting Picard back. Nope, that's not any good.
I didn't see it.
No, it's on Paramount Plus. But anyways, what I'm getting at is, I would love to live in a society that was like the Next Generation. If I had the choice, I would live in that society. What did any of you guys think? I don't know if anybody of you guys ever watched that.
I think it's inevitable that we end up in a society where money's going to go away. Where everybody's going to be a universal monetary, that everybody's going to get the same. Because if AI keeps going the way it is, a lot of jobs will become obsolete.
Yes.
And then people still have to have purpose, though.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we'll ever make it into be able to? I mean, right now, I don't know if we'll be able, because right now we're still not. We can't travel that far into space. I mean, on the propulsion we're using right now.
But now, the things are changing so fast, though. Who knows?
What do you think, Eric?
Yeah.
Would you go to space?
No, I won't go to space.
You'd go to space?
Can I ask why?
It's too far away.
Ooh, I like that.
Well, you actually are in space.
Yeah.
What about, like, on the ocean? Would you go on the ocean?
Yeah, I will go to the ocean, yeah.
In a big ship or?
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started. I'm going on a cruise in May to Alaska, so
Oh, that's
I just got offered to go 2 week vacation.
that would be great.
7-day cruise all around Alaska. We're gonna go dog sledding, so I'm gonna get to Mush, and we're gonna go helicopter around glaciers and humpback whale watching and polar bears and the whole 9 yards. It's kind of my
Watch out, polar bears are hungry right now.
yeah. Well, let them be hungry. I mean, I'm royalty, so
No icebergs. No little icebergs.
No icebergs.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, and hopefully I can see the
Northern Lights.
yeah, the northern
that
lights,
would be nice to
borealis.
see.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Sometimes one thing, sometimes that sort of freaks me out if it gets either too far away from there, or the brighter it is, because it's actually an indication of how our atmosphere is actually thinning. Because it's how
I'm drinking coffee.
like solar winds mess with the in our ionosphere.
Right on. Solar wind ignites the ions. I've seen it once when I was real young. On a winter day, we were out in the country.
That must have been
You
beautiful.
could barely. It was in the '60s, early '70s. But we were way out in the field, just playing one time. But we were young. It was dark, and we could see it. And it was winter time. You could see it towards the north. Just an odd glow in the sky. It wasn't city lights. I know that it was different.
Is there any type of weather phenomenon that you guys would ever like to see?
How about you, Marissa?
It's Missa.
Oh, Missa.
What? Miss that?
Missa. What weather phenomenon would you like to see, Missa?
I don't know.
Tornadoes, a tsunami, a hurricane,
No.
earthquake.
I could think of some good ones, but not that.
I've seen tornadoes.
I would love to see a water cyclone,
Oh,
I've seen them.
like
I
a
think I
whirlpool
saw-
or something.
I've seen water spouts where they come up out of the ocean.
I saw
Out
that.
of the Gulf, just coming. It's just kind of scary.
I saw that.
I would love to see one of those.
I was in a hotel one time and I just saw it out in the ocean.
Beautiful.
I was in the eclipse we had a few years ago. I went to Tennessee to get the full effect of it. It was really nice. It was an eerie feeling.
I would love to see ball lightning.
I've seen it when I was young.
You did?
It was the scariest thing. I was with my mother in a car. We were traveling north, and it was like there was a ball of red light that moved and it stayed right there, and stuff just like shoot off out of it.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea what it was. My mom was scared. I was grade school, and we were traveling right towards it too.
Cool.
It was pretty spooky.
I also I would like to see snow lightning.
Snow lightning.
Because they say it, just like
I've heard of it.
it's
But
rare.
what about a snow tornado? Is there such a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the snow is so dense it would be hard to
Well, because
Yeah.
tornadoes are
a
formed
mixture hot of cold.
hot
Yeah.
and cold. They go like so. I don't know if it because down in Tennessee right now there was a tornado, and you wouldn't think this time of year there would be, but I guess the
That was surprising, wasn't it?
You know, the warm days, like kind of, they're not super warm, but warm day like this mixes with a cold day, and things are bound to happen. What about you, Eric? Is there a weather phenomenon you'd want to see?
Not really.
Something
No.
different. Just like a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
That's
nice
right.
sunny day.
Sunny
You
day, looking at clouds.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. Okay, let me ask you this: is there any place anyone would like to live? Anywhere, if they could live anywhere in the world, or just take it, or their ideal place?
I'm really thinking about it.
Eric's house. I've been there. He's got a real nice house. He lives like in a log cabin.
Oh, beautiful. I've always wanted a log cabin. I hope to retire to one of those someday. Make my husband build me one, or have somebody build me one, like from the bottom up, and
Nice.
just have like a big log cabin.
Nice. The underground section
Yeah.
for the tornadoes.
And for like my whole underground to be a hot giant.
Okay, I want to
hot
get back
tub.
to the weather phenomenon.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this. One time I was in Salina at a CJ Highmark having dinner, and there was a pond outside right in front of the window. So the windows are facing the pond, and there was a rainbow coming out of that pond, and that's where the rainbow started at that
Oh.
pond.
Wow.
It was just amazing to see that.
Yeah.
It was a happy day.
Was there like sprouts of like water?
No leprechauns, no gold, just no sprinkles, just a rainbow coming out of the water.
I saw a double rainbow once.
Where?
We were on our way home from, I think, Michigan or Indiana, coming here.
Wow.
I think I saw one time.
They've been happening more, haven't they?
And then I even got a picture of it.
Oh,
at
did
one
ya?
point. See if I can't find it.
I can't think of any place I'd want to live, though, back to the original subject. I don't know. Part of the country. I guess the only thing bad about the Ohio Valley is like the fungus. There's a lot of fungus in the Ohio Valley, but
I think I would love to live in like the Baltic area by the Baltic Sea. So like Italy, but not Italy. So like farmland outside of Italy.
What about Spain?
No, too Spanish for me. It's just
What do you mean
too
too Spanish?
Well, you know what I mean. Like it's just the culture. I just don't resonate much with the Spanish culture as much as I do like Greek culture and Italian culture. I know everything kind of over there in Europe and stuff, it all kind of comes together, with all the diversity and everything. But I like the whole idea of just living in Italiano type area where, it's hand strung noodles every day and things like that, stuff that like our ancestors, great grandparents and stuff used to do, that, it's just not manufactured in the store.
Yeah.
And like living on the waters of Venice and, because, Venice is sinking, like it's flooding, so it's not going to be there forever.
That reminds me. Have you seen Spider-Man: Far From Home?
Yeah.
Okay. I can talk about that. Well, you haven't seen it.
no.
have you?
This is the one with the Spider-Man that I wasn't aware of. We
Well,
talked
this
about
is the
it.
one I just gave you. It's the movie I just
Oh,
gave you today. So if you haven't seen it, I don't want to tell you what happens.
Oh, please don't. Yeah, please. Don't.
Okay. All right, then I won't talk about it.
Okay, well then back to Italy. That's where I'd want to live. I'd want to live down in that way and then be like in the whole Greek Isles type things over there. It's sunny, but it does, if you're at the northern parts of Greece and stuff, it can get a little bit colder. And, you have all of Europe right there. All those countries are not as big as they look on the map. So maybe in a 2 days hiking journey, you could be in another country. And I think that would be fantastic to do, to just kind of trek
That
all the way
European
around.
backpack.
Yeah.
That used to be my goal in life.
Yeah.
Just to backpack and just go and no.
Yeah,
just
live
go
in
backpack.
stay in hostels and be in different cultures and communities and different endless foods. What about you? Where would you want to go?
Um,
You don't seem like you're a fan of being too far away.
Do you really want to go on a vacation?
He's a good walker.
I go on vacation
Yeah, where would you want to go on vacation?
down to Florida.
Florida.
I've been to Florida a few
Well,
times.
what part of Florida? Like the
Florida.
beach, Disneyland, or
Disneyland.
Disneyland? Have you been there before?
Uh,
It's
Oh,
fun. I've been
that's
there.
beautiful, Rainbow.
Oh, double. Where were you?
On our way to home from Indiana, I believe.
Oh.
double.
Yeah.
Double.
Double.
I knew I had it
Does,
somewhere.
oh, okay. Here's another, maybe. I enjoy books. Does anybody else here enjoy books?
Yeah.
I struggle
Uh,
reading,
yeah, I
but
do
I
too.
like using Audible books.
I do too. I got an Audible account.
Have you heard of
I do
Hoopla?
too.
Hoopla is through the library. And the library has a lot of good books. They're Audible, and some you can just read too. But they've got some good ones there. Of course, they're free because it's the library.
Oh, I prefer the hardback and the smell and
I still have the books.
right.
So I look at them while
I'm working
using
on getting
Audible.
better with Mary and stuff.
I do have to read a few books because they're not on the Audible, but
Yeah. Like which ones are those?
they're by Michelle Levin, who actually lives somewhere in Ohio,
Really?
and she started a Tabor Heights series, and I have a few of them.
Tabor or Mount Tabor?
Tabor Heights.
Never heard of
Because there's a Mount Tabor in Ohio. I don't remember where.
I've never heard of that.
Let me see. I have
Ohio
some
author.
of the. I have the list of them. Just a second.
I
Of the books.
I haven't.
I like science fiction a lot.
So do I. I like science fiction. I like science
So
fiction.
here's the series,
Excuse me.
That's a lot of books. I prefer.
but I only have a few of them.
I'm reading a book called Lore right now, and it's all Greek based, Greek mythology based on the Greek pagan gods and stuff
Ooh.
like that.
Interesting.
So I really get into the historical aspect of all that stuff, and just getting it from
Excuse me.
it's like a mortal's perspective. So they're like
Is it like Percy Jackson? Cause I
no, not quite Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson's too animated. This is more very realistic and very dark. It's a
Okay.
darker.
they were pretty dark myself.
Yeah, so I prefer really dark, and I have to feel the book, and I have to smell it, and I get my excitedness when I flip the page, and
You like Greek mythology, though, huh?
I love Greek mythology.
I like Greek. I like mythology. I like all types of mythology.
It's concerning to me because, I believe even mythology is rooted in some truth.
Yeah.
Something definitely happened with those guys.
Something like I don't know about the whole ancient astronaut theory, but
Well, have you heard of Gilgamesh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because she's
yes.
a warrior, yeah.
yeah, the audit
Epic.
epic.
I play him in, there's a video game called Smite.
Yes,
Ooh.
I
Yes.
haven't
You're Gilgamesh?
Yeah, they have Lord Gilgamesh, and
I haven't
then
played that, but I know what you're talking about.
Smite is called Smite, Battleground of the Gods. And
Ooh.
you get to play they come out with gods all the time. They've got everything from India, or Indian and Hindu gods, like Ganesh. Ganesh is like a guardian, and instead of, like, when you get a kill, it goes to another person who's next to you, and you just get the assist.
That's
And,
a
Online game?
yeah, it's just I play it on Xbox. I'm
Oh.
really, I mean,
I have
they
it.
have it across all the platforms: Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, everything.
He just got a place. He got a pro.
Borrowed it for my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But it's a really great game, and then there's a lot of lore to it. Like, they really go in depth and try to keep it as historically accurate
It sounds
as possible.
interesting, but is there a lot of, like, where you can toggle and look around as you're running?
Yeah, it's all.
That makes me sick.
Yeah, it's a
Or
lot of.
or
like,
is it like a move, like like those like old games where it's like moved by bases? You don't.
No, it's pretty. It's like an open map.
Oh, that's rough for me.
Not like open world map, like in Halo or anything, but it's just an open map. And then there's 5 players normally on each side, and each, you could play Zeus, Aphrodite.
These are online players, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's all people all over the world play this game. It's a
Oh,
very
my.
big game, and I've invested many years into me and my
Probably
husband
a lot of
both.
money
Really?
too, because
Yeah.
to play those games you have to buy a pass.
Like Fortnite, kind of? Or-
No, better than Fortnite.
So I want to ask a question for you. I don't-
Fortnite is freaking hard.
But I mean, I see a lot of little figurines. Do those enhance your game on Fortnite?
No, I don't know anything about Fortnite, but I think those are like the amiibos and stuff. That's all Nintendo.
Yeah, that's Nintendo.
And like for Super Smash Bros, you could get a character and then that syncs into the game or something, and you can play that character. But you're paying for that character, and people collect them more than they
used
actually
to-
use them.
They used to have a Disney game called Disney Infinity
Yeah.
with the little figurines, but they don't do anything with that
Yeah.
anymore.
But I mean, that Smite game is really fun. It's super easy to learn. It's you don't have to pay. It's a free game. You can download it for free, and you know, once you
I'm not good at
spend
those.
like the $10.
My son
you
tries to get me to play those games like
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Come on, Dad, we're sitting beside each other. Come on, Dad, let's go. We got to go.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. I'm a noob.
I started to play. I talk about mythology. I just started to play God of War.
I've played all the God of War.
I haven't played all of them. I just started to play the new one. You ever played any of the God of War games? No.
Do you play video games?
I
Yeah.
used to.
You do? You too?
I used to. I lost my Wii in the fire though.
Oh, so you had a house fire?
Yeah.
You figured out how it started?
They believe lightning hit the sunroom on the metal, but they don't know for sure because it took out the whole spot where it got started.
Oh my.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's scary.
So I mean, even now we're still working on replacing some of the things from the fire.
Did you have?
just bought a house?
You had insurance, right?
No,
No.
because we were renting.
I didn't have.
No.
My grandma, she got renter's insurance.
Really? Good.
They tried, but they wouldn't let us for some reason.
That's scary.
But now we have insurance on our new house.
Okay.
Okay.
A friend of mine, he's had a house fire start because their toaster, the spring inside the toaster broke.
Oh no.
So the toaster goes down, turns on. So I make it a habit now to keep my toaster unplugged. Two people have told me that story.
Oh, I unplug all of my appliances before I leave. I mean, minus my microwave, but like my air fryer, even when it's off,
yeah.
I unplug that and everything. I don't leave anything on.
See you
Safety.
later.
Leaving?
Yeah.
Eric, good to see you again, man. It's always a
Yeah,
pleasure.
Nice to see you.
All right.
Take it easy.
Let me know if you get a waiver, buddy.
All right.
Yeah. I'd love to get us all out to do a group activity.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would too. I would
It'd
too.
be fun.
That'd be so much fun.
You had Scott talking about it for a long time.
Oh, I did. I know Scott had.
But did you guys like the show Stranger Things?
I've never seen it.
I
You've
did.
never seen it?
I've never seen it. My husband was really into it. And that game that I play, Smite, they actually did a whole collaboration with Stranger Things.
Oh.
So
They
there were
did?
characters, yeah.
What, like the Demogorgon?
All that stuff, yeah. I don't know anything, but I know the characters, some of the characters in the game got actual Stranger Things characters.
They've done that in other games too. Like
Yeah.
I downloaded a free game one time on Xbox. It was just like, they made it look like an old 8-bit game or whatever, and I downloaded it. But anyways, what I was getting at is like they still have not announced when season 4 is coming out. But
I'm way behind on that then.
huh?
I've only seen season 1, I think.
You've only seen season 1?
I think so, yeah.
I can't wait to see season 4. I hope it's good, but I've seen all of the other ones, and I'm just like, you guys talk about a group activity. I didn't know if you guys ever would want to get together somewhere. We could watch an episode or two. Like
That would be interesting. I'm always looking to get into a new show.
like
Is there someplace we could go, though? to do that?
Like
Missa isn't a fan of anything
Scary.
scary or jumpy or
It's-
dark. It's all got to be pretty light and fluffy.
Me either.
Okay, I will tell you this. I'm not a fan of gore. I'm not a fan of gore. I'm not. No
Okay.
gore. Like those Saw movies?
Oh.
No.
Oh, I love that.
You love Saw?
You do.
Is it because you like being scared or
No, I just have that personality. Like I could see myself.
you're morbid?
Not morbid, jeez. But I could see myself gosh, now I'm not gonna sound like good no matter how I say this, but I could totally see
Who's
myself
that?
Spam. My girlfriend.
Well then, like,
Hit
hit
the
the
little
button
doo-doo.
on it. Make it quiet. Thank you.
So-
Gosh. Anyways,
Okay, I'm listening.
so I love the Saw movies. I've watched them all.
Oh,
I
gosh.
like, I just like the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah, there is a psychological.
I mean, it's it goes deeper than just punishing you for your crimes. I mean, it gets the job done a lot faster, honestly.
what?
Injustice.
You know, and it's very, man, if I were in those situations, I obviously you can't say until
Well, I'm
you,
not
like,
digging
you've
into
been
it.
in
But
this.
I don't know.
But
Maybe if I don't know that I don't know about.
I love it though.
I mean, there's I don't know some of the things they would have to do to free themselves and then
You ever eat clove?
eat what?
Cloves?
Cloves.
No,
No.
I don't even know what those are.
Clove? Smell it. Just crack it and smell it.
Crack it?
Yeah, just break it up like this and smell it.
What? How do you do it?
Just crack it up like that and smell it.
Oh, you.
I eat them. Can't eat too many though.
Oh, it smells like.
We have
Smells-
clove and essential oils, and I put that in
You
a
eat this?
diffuser.
I do. You can't eat too many of them, but you can eat a little bit. What I do, you can take a cloves and stick them in an orange and freshen up your room.
No.
Mmm.
That is like one of those, like a paprika, or like a
Ooh,
little,
paprika.
like not paprika, but
A spice.
no.
No.
I'm sorry. The day I made Matt suffer. Oh my!
Oh
can't
my
get it out.
god,
Oh,
you got a double shot.
I needed something to get the taste away. That
Oh, I
tastes
love
like.
that burn. I like bitter foods.
I don't like bitter foods. I mean, I like with some taste.
Would you like to smell at least?
Yeah, the smell.
I'm
No,
okay with
no.
thriller movies, but nothing
What kind?
scary.
Thriller.
Yeah, gore. Back to gore.
No, I mean, I wouldn't even say that. It's not even like the Scream movies. It's
Yeah.
not even like that. Although I have thought about seeing Scream 5 when it comes out or whenever it comes out.
The new one.
For me, it's all about the visual image. I don't want those scary images in my mind.
No.
I couldn't watch The Walking Dead because I don't want those images in my mind.
Well, then you always have to watch like My Little Pony right afterwards. Just makes you feel better.
Zombie. Then you could
That's
see.
scarier.
There was a zombie. Wasn't there a zombie
Oh my
horse
God, I
in
love
one of
that.
them?
What?
Wasn't there a zombie horse? I mean, there was. I think in the first episode of
A
the
zombie? My Little Pony?
No. I mean, I'm sure.
A zombie
some-
I
horse.
watched one movie, and the next day I had school, and it was a scary movie called The Orphan.
Oh yeah,
Never seen
Orphans. Oh man.
That
And then
was.
I couldn't sleep. I was up till 5:30 and had to be up at 6.
I've thought of now.
No.
I've thought
No
about
more.
watching The Orphan because really, it's not demonic. It's not. It's not-
was kind of creepy.
Have you seen Donnie Darko?
Oh, I wanted to watch that.
It's a good movie. It's not scary. It's like it's going to be scary, but it's not.
It's psychological.
It's psychological and it's surprising.
There's a
It's
sequel to that. Did you know that?
Uh-uh.
Where his sister, the guy's sister, he starts seeing the same stuff. I haven't seen it anyway. Have you guys ever seen Lake Placid?
Is that what the
That's
alligator?
the alligators.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
thank
I
you.
mentioned that because it's got what's her name? Betty White.
Betty, is that Betty White played that lady?
Yeah, she.
And then Derek's off this weekend, so I'm definitely gonna take some time and just spend time with him. You know. Yeah.
I had a client that was a Godwin.
Yep.
I just let it go.
Goodwin, Godwin.
Good.
Yeah, I always got. I graduated with a Taylor Godwin.
Okay,
They always got us mixed up all the
okay,
time.
I accept